that's it all finished. Shimmering. Can you see the shimmer? Yeah. So had a few hair in, unfortunately, and can't be helped. It is what it is. I've got a professional setup in my conservatory, in my workplace, but it's close to perfect. Basically, if you would go like over G3 or something like that, you'd get all the little pimples out. There's not that many of them, but you can, when you run your hand over it, you can feel them. But that's the front bonnet is sorted. Now the next bit will be the wings on the car. We'll be thingying them out and sorting them out basically, and prepping them and ready for spray as well. So yeah, let me go down the crot and see what I'm going to be doing.
Just for a minute, I need some privacy. Headset off and stretch your neck out. Down the rocks to her head's safe house. Yeah, I remember it all. Bleeding, shut out my calls. The air was so dusty, her armor getting rusty. She found thoughts she never had. Her young ones were just as bad. She really bad. Don't make a heart feel like a lady. From fingers apart, cold, rugged, waiting.
Well, basically what I'm doing here is I'm masking off the car now to do the first clear, sorry, not the clear coat, to prime the top of the wing first, see how it is, if it's all good or not, when any imperfections or something like that. So far it looks quite decent. It's got the shape. I had the bonnet in, and it's taken me ages to mask this thing off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna film the other side. I'm just gonna skip all the boredom, and basically I'll see you back when it's all masked up and ready for the primer to go on, and we'll go from there. That's the car's all masked up. Everything's ready for the primer. Well, not really ready for the primer. Need to do a little bit of sanding, and we'll be just basically priming kind of this section here. Not going to be going onto that because that's all absolutely perfect. I only worked on this side where you can see the metal seam through and stuff. So we'll be just priming the tops. So I need a little bit sanded there because it's still got the clear coat on here, there, and that's it basically. Yeah. Just let me get down to business and get this thing sorted.
What you know, the motherfucker out of prison with a cold green and man calling your problem, stalking, creeping, motherfucking dungeon, switchblade, I'll make it cast like a pumping, thumping, around till I clip or rip, so what I think about I will miss, a little sick, all sick, don't do shit, whip rough like a brick scale like fish,
That's the primer on. You can see why I wanted to prime it first. Here you go, just put my little fingers in there, but it doesn't matter, that will get basically flat sanding it all after this. And I've got my finger in there now, for fuck's sake, but that doesn't matter, we'll get sanded down flat anyways. But see, like on this side you got a little pimple there that's not in a line, so that's all gonna get sanded, flat sanded, so everything looks nice and even, follows the lines and stuff. So all I've got to do is now is wait for about 3 hours for it to dry properly, and then we'll be sanding it all down. Let's wait. Well, hopefully the primer is all dried up. I'm not leaving any more fingerprint marks. So sandpaper 320, it doesn't show in here, but it's a 320 grit. We'll go over 320 first, get rid of all this crap, and see how it goes from there.
Motherfucking reject, I got my wits and now I'm motherfucking bleed check. Bro, after all the motherfucking rip gas, small holes, how can they possibly go? Tell them all I just seep smoke from the bull. Shots from the deep throat, so they visceral. It's all set, the fucking shit so full. I'm not gonna say from that I get the same room, be if I can take a month. We gotta go down, try to blow down with the result of a region that was small town. And never fall now, loud grass, no left, but you brought. Still the fuck back home, the whole back home, baby, go back home. Soon I will shoot this content till the devil, but now never rest. What you know? The motherfucker out of prison with a cold green and man calling your problem, stalking, creeping, motherfucking dungeon, switchblade, I'll make it cast like a pumpkin, thumping, put around till I clip or rip. What I think about I will miss, a little sick, all sick, don't do shit, whip rough like a brick scale like fish.
The wet sand is done. I had to put a little bit more filler in here just to make it a bit straighter and that, but this is all nice and flat sand and none of these finger marks here anymore as well. So this side this side, the thingy that was sticking out, that was actually metal, so I kind of put a little bit of filler just to feather it out and make it all even. So, and as well I've done a little bit in here filling. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to shoot another couple coats of primer, 2K primer, that's what I'm using, get it all hardened up, and hopefully I'll get this little pimple there filled up as well, so when the next time I'm doing the wet sand, it's just all done, and then we'll just put a thin coat of clear primer over top of it, and that's it. It's going to be ready for the final spray job really, and thank God, and let's get it sprayed.
When I think about I would miss a little sick all sick, done shit. Whip like a rip scale like fish. Suicide nighttime, know what the fight crime on. It's the great 5-9 with the raw red eyes that would bend inside. Oh, bodies that flow red and the rope butts, and I just.
Well, that's the primer is about on, and I will say I'm not gonna put my fingers in there anymore, that's for sure. But that's basically perfect for me. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wet sand it. To be honest, I don't even have to wet sand this, but I will wet sand it. Well, I'm gonna have to be sanding anyways, so because I need to key all this. But that is done, definitely, and this is done definitely as well. A bit of wet sand, flatten it out properly, because I don't have this stupid ridge there anymore. It's kind of gone away now after I've filled it and sanded it. So we'll be finishing it all off, and hopefully we'll get it all done. Definitely not a job for today. It's gonna have to be tomorrow now. So yeah, let's get this thing, let it to dry, and then we'll go from there. Right, day unknown, but this is now ready to be wet sanded. That's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to wet sand this whole thing. Basically we'll be going for the collar straight away, I believe so. So yeah, both sides looking good. I'm just gonna wet sand this all, and we'll be shooting paint, base coat and all that stuff. So yeah, let me get down to sanding. Well, this is all sprayed now, all looking nice and shiny, looking back to brand new. Yeah, cool. And the other side is the same, all nice and looking lovely. happy days. Now the best part is get all this stuff peeled off and basically let it dry, and then we'll be dropping the bonnet in and be the D-Day. That's it all finished. Hey, happy days. So yeah, let it dry and be fitting the bonnet. And eventually it's the new bonnet time. All the wings are dried and sorted. Lovely, lovely. Now we'll be chucking the bonnet on so we can see how it all looks together. Here we go, folks. That's the Nissan Juke put together, looking nice, looking pearl white, because that's what the color is. Champion. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We'll be ringing a customer soon to come and get it, and yeah, good job. That's the old bonnet, as you can see, creased up, and I hope you already guessed what was it off, what happened here, why did it go like that. Honestly, the stupidest thing that could possibly happen. So yeah, I'm gonna call it done. This has been a good testing for myself, and yeah, the Juke is finished. Pearl white, lovely color, and finished is good as well. Everything's matching. Well, basically this is freshly sprayed panel, and this is old panel. Good match, good match, and yeah, the Juke is done. So I owe you a story why and what for I was doing all this work, which I will tell you in a second. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get this Juke sent off, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna actually tell you the story of what happened with this car, and I'll see you in a second then.